Okay, well, welcome everybody then to what is really Bing's birthday month of May. I had a quick look on the web, and I noticed that the oldest person on record who ever lived was a French lady called Jeanne Calment, and she died in August 1997 at the age of 122 years and 164 days. So Bing, if he was still around today at 123 years and 7 days, would have been for a long time the oldest person who ever lived. But of course, we know that Bing died at the age of just 74 back in 1977. But we're going to start with a little bit of a birthday tribute. We'll kick things off with one of Bing's famous musical friends wishing Bing himself happy birthday. This is, of course, the track by Louis Armstrong, Happy Birthday, Papa Bing, as he called him, from 1939.
Well. So Satchel, I was getting ready to wish a happy birthday to one of the finest young men in showbiz today. This is really a great moment in my life to wish a happy birthday to that fine fellow, Papa Bing Crosby. That's what I call him. You know one thing, Papa Bing, I really and truthfully from the bottom of my heart wish you, the Madam Bing, and all the little Bingies the very best of everything in life. Also, I wish all your horses will win every time. Yeah, man. And don't forget old Satchel, will you? Well, this is Satchel saying, yes, sir, I'm going to beat out this next one for you. You know that. Beat out that, boy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Papa Crosby. Happy birthday to you. Oh, swing it, Papa Bing there, boy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Brother Crosby. Happy birthday to you. Yes, sir.
That's quite amazing, isn't it? Like, I couldn't sing anything straight if his life depended on it, could he? That was incredible. Okay, so Bing himself, of course, did sing Happy Birthday. This is really the more a lush period in Bing's voice in the mid 40s. This is from March of 1947 with the Victor Young Orchestra and the Ken Darby Singers.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, dear. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, dear. Happy birthday to
Yeah, and Bing making even Happy Birthday sound very special there.
Did put in there in the chat.
Okay, moving on then. In May of 1962, we're going to see some extracts from one of Bing's TV specials. And it features another May birthday boy, born not only in the same month, but in the same year as Bing. And it is, of course, one Leslie Towns Hope. So, as I say, this isn't the full TV program; it's extracts, but I hope you can enjoy it.
Oh, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest?
Oh, man, you got a lot of nerve.
It's the Bing Crosby Show, starring Bob Hope, Edie Adams, Gary Crosby, Pete Fountain, the Smothers Brothers, and David Rose and his orchestra. Now, here's Bing.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening. Right at the outset here, I don't want you to arrive at any false conclusions because of this extravagant outlay of paraphernalia you see here. Because this is not a giveaway program. You can hang on to your box tops and don't send in any trading stamps. Actually, this imposing stockpile has been assembled to sort of clue you in on the theme of our show. Burglary. No, honestly, all these things you see, these are the things that America uses in its leisure time. Boating, you see, tennis. Yeah, we got anybody for a fractured tibia? Step right up. And we've got bird and or girl watching. Whoop, tilt. And we've got the golf. Got to get the golf in there. There's a lot of that going on these days. And fishing. Of course, this is for bait fishermen. I'm a dry fly man myself. You mustn't forget the immortal, the ever-present yo-yo. Get one of these things to work. I'll have to get Tex to check me out on this someday. Then, of course, there's America's favorite outdoor sport. You.
And I bet you thought I was making a little hay.
This could be the first picnic to get rated this year, do you know that? Just if you find a needle in there, take a tuck in your lip. And when does
I got a writer under here, and I'll be right back.
when does leisure time begin? Well, of course, when work ends. Here's a typical show business factory. At the moment, as you see, work is in progress. Just a few minutes now, it's going to be 5 o'clock Friday. Shall we start the countdown? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leisure! Vacation's best in America. People have zest in America. Run east to west in America. Crawl home to rest in America.
People all run in America. Run to the sun in America. America. Burn everyone in America. Doctors have fun in America.
Miami has pretty beaches. That's where they grow pretty peaches. You never see any snow there, but plenty hurricanes blow there.
Life is complete in America. Picnics a treat in America. Bring plenty meat in America.
Ants gotta eat in America.
Food is first rate in America. Barbecue great in America. Hamburgers ate in America. Bicarbonate in America.
The money there is so pretty. Some take the odds on the horses, get better odds on divorces.
Fun without cash in America. Credit card smash in America. Sign for your hash in America. Bank account crash in America. Mountains and trees in America. Fresh as the breeze in America. Get out your skis in America. Break both your knees in America.
Hollywood has lots of cars there. People go to see the stars there. In this land of smog and honey,
psychiatrists make all the money.
People stay cool in America. Jump in a pool in America. Bikini's the rule in America. Sit there and drool in America. Vacation's best in America. People have zest in America. Run east to west in America. Call them for rest in
Boy, we've had to get out of town pretty fast in our day, but never in the middle of a show.
Don't lose your nerve, old man. This is merely symbolic, you see, of our theme. A sort of a not too didactic perusal of America's peripatetic pursuits, shall we say.
You want to break that up for the peasants? That language. If I'd known this was going to be open end, I'd have worn my cummerbund. Open wind. You
open
like
wind.
That?
Shall we start
New
again?
Show coming on. Open wind.
Yeah, but don't you see what it is? Don't you get the kinetic? All this suitcases, travel, the theme is leisure.
Oh, you sly old dog. But you're right. When it comes to travel, we make the Kennedys look like shut-ins, don't we?
Yeah, we've been around a bit.
Been around. Our passports look like the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Not to mention the many thousands and thousands of miles we covered on those old road pictures.
Well, mention it.
Oh,
mention
right.
it. Ladies and gentlemen, the road to Hong Kong, soon to be seen at theaters everywhere.
I guess a little promotion's okay. I think you went a little too far, though, when you put chow mein into the popcorn poppers. You should reach it.
Don't worry, if we lose money on that, we'll make it up on the egg rolls and the gum machines.
True. And remember, folks, don't forget, if you bring 4 or more people, you get spare ribs and a kumquat. Everyone
It's all that word. But it paid off. Mm-hmm. Not once did we have to suffer the agony of an Academy Award, huh?
Just lucky, I guess, huh? Let's see, I was trying to think, what was the first one, the one we made, the first one of these? Oh, Road to Singapore.
Yes, sir.
Whoop.
Whoa.
Tilt.
There they are, the stars of Route 66.
Yeah, and that's when it was just a dirt road, too. Say, you want to say a few thousand words about that cape? That's pretty gay.
Try it, and I'll do 20 minutes on that Shriner's yarmulke you're wearing. Next picture.
Yes, please. Oh, look at that. Who can ever forget our patty cake days? How'd we start playing that, anyhow?
Well, what else could two fellas do? Next picture. What have we here?
You're under arrest.
Like twin Perry Comos.
Oh, next picture,
Next
flash.
picture.
Oh, there's Dottie. There's our girl. Do you remember the fights we used to have with her?
Yeah, but she won. She got the two-piece outfit. Next one.
Yeah, oh, there we are. Whoop. Road to Zanzibar. Gee, the natives were restless that night, weren't they?
Yeah, we look like Huntley and Brinkley at Birdland.
Oh,
I'll never forget it. Not only were we the floor show, we were the dinner, too.
Say, tell me, how'd we ever get out of that mess?
The chief liked me. Next picture.
Oh.
Whoops. Whoops.
I'll say the chief liked you with good reason, too. Look at him. Oh, boy. There wasn't a GI during the war didn't have that picture in his locker. Every one of them.
Thank heavens for Nair. Next picture, quick. That's how we escaped. We disguised ourselves as Dr. Zorba and friends.
We were practically inseparable in those days. Do you remember the charming little song we sang in there? Are you wearing old dreams breaking out at the seams that should be new? And have we got the bargain? You lucky people, you. We got a wonderful buy in a wraparound sky of midnight blue. And it's yours for a love song, you lucky people, you. Nice little tenor in there. Yeah.
Next picture.
Oh, flash it. Flip
There
it
it
over.
is.
Oh,
Whoops.
I do believe we're on the road to Morocco.
We'd better not be on the road to Israel, I want to tell you that. Next one.
Yeah. Flash, flip. There's our girl again. Oh, you remember? I had a real good song in here.
Sure did.
Moonlight becomes you. It goes with your hair. You certainly know the right thing to wear. Ah, moonlight becomes you. I'm thrilled at the sight, and I could get oh so romantic, 'cause moonlight becomes you so, and I sang the wrong lyric.
Yes, sir. There you are. Look at that one. We had another dashing little ditty in that picture, too.
Oh, well, who can ever forget that? We're off on the road to Morocco. This camel is tough on the spine.
Where we're going, why we're going, how can we be sure?
I'll lay you 8 to 5 that we meet Dorothy L'Amour. We're off on the road to Morocco. Hang on till the end of the line. I hear this country's where they do the dance of the 7 veils.
We'd tell you more, but we would have the censor on our tails.
We certainly do get a run around. Like Webster's Dictionary, we're Morocco. The Road to Utopia. You ever seen those two before?
Yeah, on Channel 13, every night with a commercial in between. Fight stomach distress, 2 ways. Next one.
Flip. Oh, you remember that?
Yes, White Christmas saved you from a lifetime of that.
Looks like the day after election.
It sure
huh?
does.
That'll teach us to bet on Alf Landon.
Hey, next one. Oh, now there's a rare shot. Crosby with money out of his wallet. Just counting the room rent from Kennedy.
Next.
Hey, Bing, remember her?
Next picture. Quick, flip, next. Oh, now, isn't he adorable? Isn't he sweet?
How can a guy with 9 kids look that innocent?
Next clip. Oh, there we are.
There we are, breaking in suits for chubby checkers.
Had a big song hit here, too. Yes. When Madame Pompadour was on the ballroom floor, well, all the gentlemen, obviously, the Madame has the cutest personality.
And when Salome danced and had the boys entranced, no doubt it must have been easy to see that she knew how to use her personality. Next one.
Flip it over.
Flip it.
Well, now.
That can only be the road to Rio.
Oh, yes. I had the worst time getting you into that girdle.
But you got to admit, it went easier tonight.
Yeah. Of course, your flab doesn't resist like it used to.
What? Flip it.
Flip it. Aha.
Now, there's an historical moment. The first Ben Casey show. Next.
What do that here? You see? I told you we needed a license to practice.
Yeah, but you had a tempting tune to sing there, Dad.
Oh, I love that song. Love is funny, or it's sad, or it's quiet, or it's mad. It's a good thing, or it's bad, but beautiful. Love is tearful, or it's gay. It's a problem, or it's play. It's a heartache either way, but beautiful. And I'm thinking, if you were mine, I'd never let you go. And that would be but beautiful, I know. Nice little blend there.
We cut that healing cross, don't we?
Yeah.
Roman done?
Uh-huh.
How about the next picture?
Why don't we put in a lot of mileage together, haven't we?
Yeah, but I've loved every minute of it.
Every minute. When two guys pull together, it's teamwork. In foul or sunny weather, it's teamwork. What does it take to make any business climb? You find it takes teamwork. Every time. Incidentally, your jokes will kill the yokels. It's teamwork.
I love your hokey vocals. It's teamwork. Like Fred Astaire and Ginger and
twice as sleek, we'll give them that teamwork. Cheek to cheek. Here we are, just like in Zanzibar. Still nothing, still a star.
I'd start a fight, but he's right.
They always pay us plenty for teamwork. We split it 80-20.
That's teamwork?
Yours is tax-free. Well, others start to part and go off the beam like Siamese brothers. Like Siamese brothers. Like Siamese brothers, we'll be on each other's team. Like Rand and like McNally, it's teamwork. Right to the final tally, it's teamwork. Although we hold each other in low esteem, we find it takes teamwork. Hey now, loaded with teamwork. What's life without teamwork? There's no teamwork.
I'll see you, Dad.
Yeah, right if you find work, huh? Now, let's not be sensible. Let's not be practical. Let's just start acting like people in love. Others may run from romances, but I, for one, want to take the fun and the chances. Ah, we'd be so comfortable if you'd be affable. One kiss could leave me as limp as a glove. Anything else
we'd think of is incomprehensible. Let's not be sensible. Let's just start falling in. We'd be so comfortable if you'd be affable. One kiss could leave me as limp as a glove. Anything else we'd think of is incomprehensible. Let's not be sensible. Let's just start falling in love.
Thank you very much. That was sort of a license of the host there, you see, because that's music to watch Road to Hong Kong by Conan Van Heusen. You know, music plays a large part in our leisure time. It really does, because we're inveterate listeners. These days you can hear cadenzas wafting out of an elevator, or while you're sitting in a dentist's chair, or even coming out of a supermarket. Sort of a Leonard Bernstein explains succotash. Yes, music is really, it's all around us. And to prove the point, hear that? There's some high five, it's really high. Fly, Pete, fly. Would you like to get a little of that on you?
I would be delighted, Mr. C.
You want to begin?
Well, I believe you have the seniority, sir.
Watch it. Pedro, pump it. Won't you play some simple melody like my mother sang to me? One with a good old-fashioned harmony. Play some
simple melody.
Well, now if it's musical demons that you're honey, you're dreaming, won't you play me some rag?
Let me hear the whole
Just
story.
change that classical nag. Yeah, to some sweet, beautiful drag.
I read you.
If you'll play from a copy of a tune that is choppy, you get all my applause. Yes, that is simply because I want to listen to rag. A musical demon that you're
Play
honey,
some
you're dreaming,
simple
won't you play me some rag? Yeah, just change that classical
Like
nag.
my mother
Out to some sweet, beautiful drag. If you will play from a copy
with
of
a
a
good
tune at the chopper,
old-fashioned
you get all my applause.
harmony.
Yes, that is simply
Play
because
some
I
simple
want to listen to
melody.
rag. A musical demon that you're
Play
honey
some
dreaming, won't you play me some
melody.
rag? Just change that classical
Like my
nag.
mother
Give
sang
some
to me.
sweet, beautiful
Don't leave
drag.
the city.
If you will play from a copy
with
of
a
a
good
tune that is choppy,
old-fashioned
you get all my applause.
harmony.
Yes, that is simply
Play
because
some simple
I want to listen
melody.
to rag. Yeah.
Or will you play
From a copy
for
of
me
a tune that's choppy, you
a
get
good
all of my
old-fashioned
applause
melody?
because I want a ragtime melody.
It's a paradise to spend 2 weeks at a modest price. Some folks have their Shangri-La, some their Valley High, but for me it's Camp Carefree underneath the carefree sky.
Welcome. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Camp Carefree, or as it's better known, the Hilton Cholesterol. I'm your genial social... we must hurry along. I'm your genial social director, Sonny Hope. Bon vivant, raconteur, street fighter, an open field blocker, an all-around warm human being. Now, let's hear it for the loved one. Oh, yeah! Another supper show. Well, anyway, now I'd like you to meet a lovely young lady, your hostess, registered nurse, and twist consultant, Miss Edie Adams. Hey! Next, here's your athletic director in charge of polo, squash, badminton, and pest control in the swamp areas. The big tanny of the Poison Oak set, Gary Crosby. Next, we'd like you to meet our director of entertainment, a man who's been responsible for such great events as the Pittsburgh Schlag Festival, an evening with Mai Tse Tung.
I knew that would throw it.
And Ella Fitzgerald sings John Cameron Swayze. Your golden-throated impresario, Big B himself, Bing Crosby.
Well, we're really going to have a wonderful gala tonight. Noisemakers, hats, champagne, music, wild parties, hugging, kissing, and that's just for the help. Wait till you see what we got planned for you.
And remember, everybody, we're here to take care of you. If you're nervous, we have a camp psychiatrist. Toothache, we got a dentist. And if you get in any really serious trouble, we got a direct line to Richard Burton. Your health will glow, whoa, 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 and your muscles flex. You'll make good friends of the opposite sex. Some folks have their Shangri-La, some their Valley High, but for me, it's carefree.
Did you step on the cat's tail or something?
I think Ray Bourbon is loose. Underneath the carefree, underneath the carefree, underneath the carefree.
Hey, now, here. What's this? What's going on here? Let's get on our feet and mingle a little. Be somebody.
There's nothing to do, Mr. Crosby.
Nothing to do. Well, what you're doing there is pretty good. The only thing is you're doing it wrong.
What do you mean?
Well, you got to give it a beat, boy. Make a little tempo. Everybody look alert now. You ready? A 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, 2. See if we can get something going here, huh? Hey. How zing, zing, zing. That's something for the boys. Zing, zing. Now something for the chickadees. Zing. Zing, dee-you, dee-you, dee-zing. How-diddly-do-do, dee-dee-dee-you, dee-dee-dee-do. How now you're swinging, you got the facts.
Yeah!
Everybody fall apart and relax. And zing, zing, zing a little song with me. Although we're not beside the side of Z, but when you're sitting by the side of me, I gotta sing a little song. Sing, sing, dee-you, dee-you, sing. Sing some sentimental melody about a chapel or an apple tree, about a couple living happily. And I'll be
glad to sing along.
Well, you're sweet. It ain't the season that has me kind of silly. You really are a dolly and a dilly.
There must be a reason.
Well, that's
cuddle kind of close to me,
so we can do a very clever bit of close harmony.
Zing, zing, zing. It's getting late, my pet.
We had a date I never will forget.
I'm sure that we could make a great duet, and we could sing a little love song
all night long.
All about a change of key.
Well, that's okie doke with me. Zing, zing, zing a little boys.
Oh, no, 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 no. Let's get something for the girl.
Well,
Yeah, nice and easy.
Boy, kind of loose like.
Sing, sing, sing a little song with me.
Sing a little
I
song.
know when
Sing
I
a little song.
yeah, when you're standing by the side.
Sing,
I wanna
sing a little song.
melody.
How about something on the quiet side? About a couple looking sorry-eyed. They're never sad because they're satisfied.
Correct. As long as they can sing along. I'll be the tenor.
I'll be the lusty baritone.
I'll sing soprano.
I think I'm wanted on the phone.
I got a reason to get you all so close to me, so we can do a very clever bit of close. Sound like a Canadian hawker in the area, son. Getting him a 12 gauge with the full choke, huh?
Yeah, we made back dinner.
Go. I'll sing, sing, sing. We'll never make the Met.
Although I knew we'd make a great quartet.
And don't forget the greatest clarinet and their mothers.
The Smothers Brothers.
It's been a session and we had a ball. A goodly time was had by one and all. We hope to be back to entertain you all.
And that's all.
about closes up the camp for tonight. Our thanks to Bob Hope, Edie Adams, number one son Gary, the Smothers Brothers, Pete Fountain and his fine group for showing up. And thanks to you for spending some of your leisure time with us. Good night now, and why don't you take the rest of the week off? Fly to the woodland dells, the leafy bowers, or where the billows rise and sink on the chafed ocean side. Relax, enjoy, fly, good luck, behave yourself, and have a good time.
The Bing Crosby Show has been brought to you by Eastman Kodak Company. Kodak, the dependable name for quality in cameras, in film, in pictures you'll enjoy now and for years to come. And by the Alberto Culver Company, makers of VO5 holding hairspray, new VO5 shampoo, and the man's hairdressing Command.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. And I let the credits run at the end there, guys, because there was some chat around who may have been the writers and wrote the special material. If you noted, there were four or five writers, probably would have recognized one or two of the names, but special material was by somebody called Jack Brooke. There was certainly no mention of Sammy Khan there anyway, but I take the point of what people put in the chat about sounding like it could have been the very self-deprecating style of Sammy Khan. So actually, and I know some of you hadn't seen some parts of that, or maybe haven't seen it for a long time. And Ian, I think you were calling out in the chat that a lot of it was new to you. And of course, that's why we
all of it.
Yeah, that's why we like to show the TV specials when we can. But I tend to edit them down to take out a lot of the non-Bing bits. Although I kept the Pete Fountain, I got rhythm in there because it leads into the duet with Gary afterwards. So as I say, I hope you enjoyed that. So the reason for showing that one, guys, like I say, was it was broadcast in May 1962. 1962 is a very important year, by the way, in case you didn't know already. And obviously it had Bob Hope in there. Was also had a birthday in May along with Bing. So as I say, I hope you enjoyed that. It was interesting to see the chat. We covered everything from Chaplin's films to the order that we saw the road films to the Carry On films. It was great. So again, thanks to everybody for your contributions. Just catching up on you're referring to Jack Brooks, yeah. So it looks like it could have been him, yeah. Cool. Any comments on that?
Judging from the final credits of the TV special, it looked like Jack Brooks is our man, because he was only a lyricist. He was not a producer or a scriptwriter or anything.
Yeah. And it had him down as specifically called out for special material on there as well.
Cool. Was he involved in any of it? Sorry if he was involved in everything to do with Bing. I apologise. My Bing knowledge is pretty pathetic compared to the rest of you. But so was Jack Brooks involved in lots of other things to do with Bing?
I don't think so. Right. I know that he did a lot of things for Dean Martin. Right. I think he wrote the lyrics for That's Amore, and he worked on many Dean Martin specials, but I don't know if he did anything else.
So he did the original lyrics for That's Amore, Pantalis?
Yes, the original. I think that, yes.
Wow, that probably kept him comfortable for a while then.
I'll have a look through the TV book to see if there's any other reference, although I did have a quick look whilst we were watching, and Jack Brooke and none of the writers are referenced in Lionel's book for that particular episode. One other thing, guys, when we in the chat mentioned supplanting Bing's last phrase of Singing Love in the Let's Not Be Sensible from the soundtrack, because I think it was Mike Sam's, a UK-based singer, and obviously at that time it would have been the obvious thing to use Michael Holiday, but I'm guessing it was too late for Michael. Was it, Ken, at that point?
No, he was still around, but because Michael Holiday was Columbia EMI, and
okay,
the teamwork came out on Let's Not Be Sensible on Decca. Although, oddly enough, Mike Samms was actually was also a Columbia EMI singer. He had a vocal group that did the backing on a lot of EMI, including a lot of Michael Holiday songs. So there obviously wasn't a contractual issue there. I suppose somebody like Michael Holiday would have been too high profile though for that. But he would have loved to have done it. I know that he would have.
Yes, that's what I imagine. Would have jumped at the chance. Yeah. Okay, great stuff. And also, I hope you enjoyed that.
Sorry.
When I see
Jason,
Bing
Ken,
and Gary
was it
working together like that, I always think of what might have been.
Yeah.
Gary was terrific, really was.
What were you saying,
Ken, was Mike was it the Mike Sam that backed Bing on some of the tracks on Seasons, or was that another group of singers? Or anybody else? Sorry if I'm putting you on the spot, Ken.
Don't think it was the Mike Samms singers.
It was.
Weren't they called the something Evans? That group.
Or the Johnny Evans singers?
Yes, I think it might have been Johnny Evans.
Right.
It wasn't Mike Samms anyway.
Right.
Although somebody in the chat, John Mum is asking if Mike Samms was providing the backing on Michael's Bing tribute album.
Oh.
Maybe we played some tracks from that some time back. Yeah.
Thank you.
On which album, Jason?
Yeah, you remember the album that Michael Holiday did? That was
to bring from Mike. Yeah, that was Mike Samms. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
that was the Mike Samms singers. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Good spot, John. Okay. Look, going to finish this half, guys. So I put just a short few tracks together, a bit of a medley again to cover off the theme of the month of May. Now, this isn't necessarily related to the month of May here, but even just the word of May. But I hope you enjoyed the few tracks we've got here.
Why does my heart pound like a hammer? Why do I start to stutter and stammer when I'm near the one I adore, the girl I love? If I were sure that I meant anything to her, I'd be brave, and here's the song I'd bring to her. I'd sing to her. May I be the only one to say I really fell in love the day I first set eyes on you. May I, with your very kind permission, tell you that my one ambition is to share a love affair with you. Here I wait, do give me a chance, do tell me my fate, what is your answer? May I hold you to my heart and pray I will be there beside you when they groom and bride you. May I hear you say, I do. Oh, may I be the only one to say I really fell in love the day the day I first set eyes on you. May I, with your very kind permission, could I tell you that my one ambition is to share a love affair with you? Here I wait, do give me a chance, me my fate. What is your answer? May I hold you to my heart and pray I will be there beside you when they groom and bride you. May I hear you say, I do.
All day tomorrow I'll be whispering your name, and the day after forever I know I'll do the same. May time or winter, I won't let you out of sight, and the day after forever we'll talk about tonight. Your laughter is a melody that I remember long. It plays upon my heartstrings. It's my favorite song. All through a lifetime I'll be loving you, and then on the day after forever I'll just begin again. All through a lifetime I'll be loving you, and then on the day after forever I'll just begin again. On the 1st of May, this is moving day. Spring is here, so blow your job, throw your job away. Now's the time to trust to your wanderlust. In the city's dust you wait, must you wait, just you wait. In a mountain greenery where God paints the scenery, just two crazy people together. While you love your lover, let blue skies be your coverlet. When it rains, we'll laugh at the weather. And if you're good, I'll search for wood so you can cook while I stand looking. Beans couldn't get no keener reception in a beanery. Bless our mountain greenery home. In a mountain greenery where God paints the scenery, just two crazy people together. Oh, how we love sequestering where no pests are pestering. No, dear mama holds us in tether. Mosquitoes here won't bite you, dear. I'll let 'em sting me on the finger. We could find no cleaner retreat from life's machinery than our mountain greenery home. In our mountain greenery where God paints the scenery, in our mountain greenery home.
Yeah, great stuff there. So, 3 tracks with a rather tenuous May link, I know, but one from the 30s, one from the 40s, and one from the 50s. And I always think that Bing's version of Mountain Greenery is totally underrated. You never hear it on the radio, or it's almost. I know that the Mel Torme one is quite famous, but really, I think Bing's is the definitive version, I think. Cool. Okay, that's the end of part one, guys. Just have a short break until on the hour. Hopefully, time to get a brew or a quick 5 minute break, and we'll regroup shortly. Okay.
I don't know how many of you had a chance to see yesterday's USA show featuring a birthday tribute to Bing, but Greg, who kindly shared it with me, did a really fine job there. It was really nice. Did anyone else enjoy it?
What was it, Pantelis? Sorry.
The yesterday USA show, the Bing Crosby tribute that Greg had
yes,
on radio.
I was just about to thank Greg for that, and we should let people know as well. Yeah, on the Nostalgia Radio program. Honestly, I really enjoyed that, Greg. It was fabulous. I know I sent you an email today about one or two of the things, but yeah, it's just absolutely fabulous. Yeah.
Well,
I'm glad you heard that, Pantelis, as well.
Yes,
I'm looking
it was
forward
really
to this week's already.
I'm excited to listen to Greg's tribute program. The last couple of years, it's been very good. I was disappointed I didn't get to do my own radio tribute to Bing this year, just with the busyness. But either way, the radio station is cracking down on the limitations of how many songs per artist can be played in a show, so I couldn't do a hour-long tribute like I had done in the past at the radio station I go to in Iowa City anyway.
Well, thank you. And
Yeah.
that's the one thing about doing an internet radio show. You can play whoever you want and however long you want. We were on, I think, 5.5 hours with Bing yesterday, USA.
Oh, nice. In my hometown of Clinton, the radio station there doesn't have that restrictions on us, so I was able to do those hour-long shows a while back, and I may even look into maybe producing a few over the summer to air again there.
Sure, good.
Great stuff. Yeah, I particularly like the way Greg for um this year's tribute that you kind of just abandoned all reason and said it's just my favorite, some of my favorites. I thought, well, that's as
Yeah.
good as any reason to have a Bing program. It really is.
Where
Yeah,
can this be
fabulous.
found, Greg?
If you go to the website is Podomatic. It's
Sorry,
POD.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Podomatic,
going to put it on the
POD.
screen.
Actually, let's put
sorry,
it in the
Greg.
chat. That might be easier. I'll put it in the chat for you, Jan, okay?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was to
okay,
say,
thank you.
I really like the story songs because they blend Bing's ability to sing and to demonstrate his reading capacity. Bing was great reading poetry, and the story songs really allowed Bing to shine. They were really wonderful.
That's what I thought too. They're kind of an overlooked part of his recording career, especially that track, "The Woman on Your Arm," because that seems to be at the time it was thought of as being kind of out of place on the Beautiful Memories album, but taken on its own, it's a beautiful song.
Ian, for many years, in something called Keeping Bing on the Box, we give details of Greg's radio show.
Oh, in
It's
the magazine?
Every single Bing magazine for the last 50 years.
Right. Right. I will.
But also, Ian, all you have to do if you can't find the link is just do a search on Nostalgia Radio, Greg Van Beek, and you'll find it. And
Lovely.
the previous week's programs are all there to play at your leisure on catch up.
Great, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
it's
very
fabulous
much.
for anybody that doesn't.
I see Jason beat me to it. Thank you for putting it in there.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
I shall look forward to that.
Yeah. It's a must listen to every week for me. It's fabulous. I must admit, not the second half of the program often is an American radio program from a radio series, and that includes some of the great Burns and Allen and Bing shows and Bob Hope. So they're always great to listen to. Very nostalgic,
Lovely.
like the title says. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you, Greg and Malcolm and Jason. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we've put that in the chat for folks. Right, I'm just waiting for Michael to come back. Oh, Mr. Morrison, how are you? And Sharon, welcome back. Good to see you. Right,
Here I am.
Michael, how are you? Yeah, Michael,
I'm back.
we're gonna restart. Are you okay just to go through a couple of the club news items that you mentioned to me earlier?
Okay,
if that's
fine.
Over to you.
Well, you all might recall that last time Anton made a suggestion that that the fact that we'd found volume 1 of Bingham, you know, the number 1, that we should do a facsimile copy for all members. And so I sent a PDF to Malcolm. He did a little work on it, or a lot of work as he put it to me. It then went to the printer, and I'm pleased to say that all members will receive a copy with their summer Bing.
Hooray!
So
that's fabulous. Well done, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good news. Yeah. That's taken quite a bit of achieving, but the all the words are there. And it really is an historic document. It's good that everyone will get a copy with this.
Absolutely, thank you, Joe.
That's wonderful, 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 wonderful.
Yeah, so it was a great suggestion from Anton and followed through completely by yourself, Michael and Malcolm. So thank you very much. We're looking forward to that already, of course.
So we have Bingham 1, we have Bingham 3, we have Bingham 4. But that's it. We're hoping for more from Nora, our first president's daughter, and she keeps telling me she's not forgotten us, but she's an exceptionally busy lady. So we're still waiting for her to come up with more goodies from her mum's archive.
Well, it's worked out really well so far, Michael. So we should give her a space because she's already delivered on the goods so far. So it's fabulous.
Absolutely, it's wonderful. You might recall that in my discussions with Greg, Greg came up with an Austrian German edition of Bingang, and then I asked if anyone would be kind enough to translate it. Well, fortunately, 3 people volunteered. So there was Bob Phillips and Keith, who we don't see, but I know he's listening, and Annemiek, all had a go at translating, and they've done an exceptional job. In Annemiek's case, she went from German to Dutch and then into English, which I think must be
Wow.
quite trying, but she's enjoyed it. But what I had forgot, and I may have saved them all a lot of trouble, we have an Austrian member. He's Dr. Thomas Kirschmann, and of course he has Austrian German, and so now that we've got it all together and we've interpreted the Bing pages, I'll be sending it to him and ask him to just nod it through to say yes, they've done a great job, and you know, they've made sense of the German. We don't know anything more about.
Yeah, I'm glad you've been in touch with Thomas, actually, Michael, because I used to have frequent emails with him because he was going to do a presentation, but then he really wasn't well and he had a lot of convalescing time.
Right.
So I didn't like to reach out to him. So it's good that you're in contact with him, in fact. I hope he's on the mend.
Yeah, he's had I think he's been involved with a lot of work. I'm not quite sure what kind of work, but that was delaying any responses that I was getting from him. But I think he's well now. Yeah, and he's a good supporter of the club. So once he's had a look at it, anyone, I think it's not an enlightening document. So I think you know, if anyone would like a PDF of it eventually when it's translated into English, then I'll be able to provide it. You know, I don't think it's one that we should be sending out to the membership.
Okay.
But of course, the history of how it all came about, that might be something that Thomas might like to try and dig into and see if we can find out how it all came about. Yeah.
And what happened to the Austrian branch as well?
Exactly. Yes. This is 1952, and Greg will confirm we don't have any bingangs from this period.
Right.
Oh, there's very, very few, which would, of course, confirm the relationship because they must have sought permission to use the title from the American club. But just how long it lasted and how many editions there were, we don't know anymore at this stage.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Michael, is there any chance that you could do the same with the Frank Murphy Bings sometime?
With
the early ones, the Frank Murphy Bings, the International Crosby Circle Bings that we had.
Well, do you mean the first edition of for the club, or?
Yeah.
I can probably do. I can do a PDF for you, David. If that
lovely.
Is that helpful?
Again, that would be very nice. Thank you.
When the club started, the British club started in 1950. There was no fanfare. It just out came a magazine telling everyone that we now started. Previous to that, obviously, there must have been a lot of discussion and communication between fans in order to get the thing started in the first place. And you may not have. You won't know that. I mean, the first Bingang is the first months of 1937, but there was a club before that. There had to be, because all the work to make it happen in the very first months of 1937 must have taken part in 1936, which means that Bing gave permission to form the club in late 1936, and here we are years later.
Michael, do you want to mention the Canadian club?
Well, in the magazine, there's talk of a Canadian club merging with the American club, but I don't think we know a lot of detail about that. There's not a lot of information about it, other than there was a merger. Yeah. You
don't know when that was, though. No?
Well, 36.
Well, it would be 1930.
It was at that time.
Yeah. What I have done and updated with a little bit help from Malcolm is all the presidents of Club Crosby, of course, from 36 through to when we became the International Club in 2003. We know all of their names. We know the years they served, but we don't know very much about them, the early ones, so, we could do a little bit of history. And I might try and get Bob Phillips to do a little bit more family history with the next presidents and so on, see if we can get more information about the early days of the club.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Was Bing Crosby himself an honorary president at some time?
Sorry, Pantelis, just...
I asked if Bing was an honorary president of the club at some point.
Yes, Bing was the president of the club from the beginning, including the one in Austria. He sent presents to the president of the Austrian club at Christmas time, signed presents, and that's actually commented on in the magazine.
Brilliant.
One just quick question on the mention of president. Do we have an honorary president for the International Club Crosby currently? I know it's Catherine, but
that's an interesting question. We've got 90 years and we've got up to 2003 when there's a president, but we, being British, have not had a president. We do have a vice president, of course, Perry Untoon.
Yes.
We don't make much of it. We're not, so we have a secretary and treasurer, which there was in 1936. We have one now, but we share the burden. So
yeah, I was just curious if there was an honorary one, because it's just been a little sad going to the ICC page and not seeing Catherine's name there anymore in the wake of her passing.
Yeah, I agree. And I guess the obvious honorary president would be Mary Frances, but that's just my thing because of everything she's been involved in as well. And she's kind of out there, isn't she, with promoting Bing?
Well, just how she may be promoting things, but we don't have any contact with the family. We never hear from them. They all receive the magazine. And they'll all receive a first copy of Bingham. But in all the years I've been involved, apart from one letter from Catherine, I've never had any other letters from Bing, but not from anyone else in the family.
Well, look, Mary Frances, if you're watching this on YouTube, we need a new honorary president, so reach out to us if you can.
Yeah, very happy. We've got one new member, and he's 82 years old. He does not have a computer, but he's sent for every back issue that we've got. So at the moment, I've just parceled up 15 back issues. He's sent for the discography, and he was a member during the 1970s and has just decided to come back into the fold. So there's hope, isn't there, getting new members. 82 years old, and he's taking 15 back issues and he's reading them. He's keenly reading them all. Incredible, really.
Yeah. Okay, and Ken's just put a nice message in the chat to say that he's created digital versions of all his copies. That's wonderful, Ken. I wonder if there's a way we can in fact make them available, maybe on the Bing Magazine website. Might be an option. I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah, just a quickie, Michael, on a personal. I'm ready for my next 6 back copies now. So when you're ready.
They're ready, David.
Okay.
The parcel is ready.
Thank you.
Right, pleasure.
Okay, anything else, Michael?
I mean, just really to thank Annemiek and Keith and Bob in his absence for all they did to translate the Austrian-German issue of Bingham.
Yeah, and again, thanks to everybody involved in producing that.
One other thing I ought to say, without giving any figures, but it's necessary to say to our American and Canadian members that they are generous to a fault, and for another year, our finances are sound as a direct result of their donations. They should be thanked because that means we have another good year and perhaps another year after that without any financial worries. And they are so generous.
Long may that continue. And again, let's see what we can do about getting some new blood as well. I mean,
Well,
obviously, we have some youth on this call tonight, I know, but
it's interesting, Jason, because over the years, the ex-presidents had membership drives, all kinds of prizes for the one who got the most members. Very much more difficult nowadays because of the age profile and the distance of Bing's career. But there were competitions, so anyone who's got any ideas about how we attract new members they'll be very welcome.
I've always been of the opinion that it'd be good to have a bit more digital outreach in terms of maybe making some International Club Crosby like Instagram or like Facebook or accounts like that to be able to spread the word a bit more for people who might not know. I'd be welcome to help with that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there are a number of Facebook sites, aren't there, for Bing as well? And I'm surprised actually that for when Malcolm's on his cruises that you don't get inquiries from people wanting to join. It just takes one, doesn't it? Really?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Should we just pick up that point John's just made on the chat, probably responding to mine? Should we think about looking at a way of actually uploading some of these old issues of the magazine so that people could download them either from the Bing magazine site or from another site?
Yeah, I think the Bing magazine site would be a good option.
The Bing magazine site worries me more so. I don't know if it would be able to host the amount of files that may be. However, we could include a page that links to that. I have an account on the Internet Archive where I have uploaded every Jonzo CD. So then those are out there for since that was a limited release. I want to make sure that's out there for people. I need to make PDFs of some of my books to also make sure there are things out there for like the Crosby collection and some of the older materials that have never really gotten any reissue.
Yeah, I was going to suggest actually the Internet Archive. I also have an account there and sometimes upload some of the interviews that I do, which most of them are unrelated to Bing, but I think that would be a good place to post them. I have my doubts as to whether the Bing magazine website could host that amount of data.
No, it couldn't. Yeah. Definitely couldn't. But a link would be ideal.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, look, John, I know you're really, really busy right now, so no pressure. But obviously, when the time is right,
I would. Like I said, this upcoming week is the last bit of busyness. So if anyone was wanting to reach out to me about starting on any of this, I'll be working over the summer. But besides that, I won't really have anything I'm doing. So I'll have a lot of free time to help work on this stuff.
Okay, John, I'll send you some of the early magazines that are notable, like the first issue of Bing and some of the early Crosby posts and so on, just so we can just use that as a starter, maybe upload those, and then we can always expand it and put more on if there's a demand for it.
Yeah, if there's a demand, maybe we can do like every month a new bit of a like small batch of stuff to get on there to keep people's interests going and spreading it around.
Yep. Okay.
Fabulous stuff. Well done, guys. Brilliant. There we go. Something great already come out of the meeting. That's brilliant.
Another idea that could actually increase the digital presence of the club would be to create perhaps an official Facebook account where we could upload news and notifications about our meetings and our activities.
You mean an ICC Facebook?
Yes.
Page? Yeah.
An official ICC.
And like
Uh,
I would say on that specifically like an account and not a group because there's already a lot of Crosby groups as is, but that account could post to some of those Crosby groups that may do that and just maybe get a few more people off of there who aren't already in the club.
mhm.
Yeah, there are a few out there already, aren't there?
Just a final point about membership, Jason. We have a member called Mike Isaacson. He lives in Missouri, and 9 members of his family are members of the ICC. We should say a big thank you to him. And there are other members, new members, that he has attracted. Exactly what his talent is, I don't know. He may be a university lecturer or something of that kind and said, I'm joining all you guys in here. But I don't know, but we really should say a big thank you to him because there's 9 members of his family are members of the club. Incredible, really. All Isaacsons.
Well, they won't be fighting over one copy of the magazine then, will they?
Yeah, I may get my parents to join for the same reason. They want to read the stuff I put in the magazine, and I'm not going to be living at home anymore, so I might have to get them a membership.
Right, yeah. A birthday gift or something. Brilliant. Great stuff. Anything else, Michael?
No, I think that's fine for now.
Brilliant. Okay, all good stuff there. Wow, thanks again, everybody involved in moving things on there. Right, just a heads up, guys, because when we get to next month's meeting in June, not giving anything away, but we have an amazing members presentation lined up for the month of June, and then July will be our usual members' choice. Now, I'll be sending out a separate reminder for this, but the theme for this year's members' choice is records or performances that deserve more love and attention. Okay, and that could be a record, radio, a TV clip, a film clip, but anything that you feel deserves more love and attention. So, for example, Swinging on the Star does not deserve any more love and attention. True Love, okay, but I'm sure you've all got something that you think, wow, I need to let the membership know or remind the membership about this because this is a performance that should certainly, be out there a little bit more than it is and deserves a little bit more love and attention. Okay.
You must have read my mind because I was thinking something along the lines of that for requests, and I've got one already. I'll send it through to you.
Me too. We better make sure it's not the same one.
Same one.
Actually, just real quick, Jason, I was thinking on this and I want to get it out there while I'm thinking about it. I have an article coming up in Bing Magazine for the summer issue on Bing's gold records as a sort of commemoration of the 100th anniversary of Bing's recordings. And maybe in August or September, I could come on the meeting and do a presentation of the B-sides of some of those. I think back to the like Dinah Shore show from '75 where Bing's presented with those flip sides, and some of them are just like very obscure.
Great. So John, if you remember, we don't have a meeting in August. We take the month off.
Oh yeah,
for the winter break for Aaron, and we resume in September. So any time from September on, John, you just let me know, and we'll plug it into the program. That's fabulous. And obviously, I know we've been doing that all year, really, guys. In fact, this meeting is the first one this year where we haven't had a members presentation, and people have been lining up and stepping up and doing great presentations. So we'll keep that going forward. And already, as I say, we've got another super one lined up for June and hopefully for September with John. But yeah, I'll send out a separate reminder about the members' choice for July. It'll be the same as usual. Send me no more than 2 suggestions. That's the maximum. So, and with a little one-liner about why it's special for you. Okay, I just wanted to share my screen here.
Jason, before you go off, can you just tell members about a new CD that's coming? David Corrington's put together Craft Music Hall Time Volume 3.
Oh yes.
A 2 CD set, and Sepia are working on it now, and I'm sure I'll be able to send out a notice with the next magazine, giving details all about it. Something
That's
to look
fabulous.
forward to.
Wonderful.
So I know we've had a few interactions with David in recent weeks and months, and I did mention to Aaron the other day, well, I just wish we could get David on one of these calls, but I guess there's a good reason for that. But he remains very active in the club. Don't forget this double the anniversary double CD. David had a big input to that as well. So okay, that's great news, Malcolm. I guess we don't have a launch date yet for that.
No. But it's with Sepia now. No doubt they're working on it. I'm hoping in the next week or so we'll get some proofs and they get it processed. I'm sure we'll have an order form in the next magazine.
I was going to say, if it's not the next magazine, it will be the one after, I guess. But
I know I'm probably not allowed to give away any playlist material, but Malcolm, there's two suggestions there I made that I know got on the list, so thank you for including them.
Oh, good.
I'll be interested to see what the final track listing is. David and I, our interactions have slowed down a bit, but we had a good long back and forth, and he had sent me an early proposed planning for Volume 3, so I look forward to seeing that in print.
Well, that sounds interesting.
Good.
Okay.
Well, it's all part of our 90th birthday celebrations.
Yes, indeed. We can link it to that, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to bring to people's attention a new playlist as well that appeared from the BCE on Spotify, and it's called, you can hopefully see it here, the Complete Discography. When I saw the notes for it, it said there was something like 1,600 tracks. Well, you can see 600 in here, but obviously that's a massive playlist anyway. So again, just making people aware of that. If you're not already, we might. Oh, let me just take my background off a minute here, guys, to be easier to show you. We were talking about grief. There we go. Sorry. Oh. Yeah, we were talking about books at the start of the meeting, and I picked this one up last week. In the memorabilia room of the Laurel and Hardy convention, believe it or not, by a guy called Jack Lane, who did most of the portraits on the walls of the Brown Derby. Now, I think the Brown Derby restaurant doesn't exist anymore, although I did read that there is a replica of it in Orlando, in Disneyland. Actually, the lady who could verify that, of course, isn't on the call today. And page 48, I think it is.
I can actually verify that. I was there with my daughter about 3 years ago. So yeah, there is a replica at Disney World.
Yeah, and page 48 has the chapter on Bing, and it's one of the portraits by Jack Lane. So, and it's from 2005. So I have to say, I just saw it on a stall in the memorabilia room, but maybe you can get it from eBay or whatever. It's called A Gallery of Stars, and it's by Jack Lane, Lane. Okay. What else have we got? Oh, yes. Okay. So here's something to share, courtesy of our ICC member, Jimmy Palumbo. Sent me this clip. Now, as you know, the UK monarchy, Charles III, was on a state visit recently in the US, and Jimmy somehow managed to capture this. I'm trying to think we go on. Okay.
Everyone turning out, everyone pretty excited. One lady told me it's the biggest thing since 1944 when Bing Crosby came to town. Here are a few other thoughts.
Can you believe that?
It was 1950, actually. They got the year wrong.
What, in Virginia?
It was Front Royal, Virginia. And Bing gave a lot of money to build a stadium. 1950.
But just play it again, Jason, because it wasn't there somebody in the queue who looked like he was dressed like Bing? Did you see that?
Maybe it was Jimmy. Hang on, let's see.
everyone turning out. Everyone pretty excited.
There he is.
There he is.
One lady told me it's the biggest thing since.
There he is.
1944 when Bing Crosby came to town. Here are a few other thoughts.
That's great, isn't it? Well, thanks to Jimmy Colombo for capturing that on the news channel as well.
Is he the stand-up comedian that had a part in Friends that joined us once or twice?
That's our man Jimmy. Yeah, it's unfortunate because he does have heavy family commitments on Sundays, and although he often tries to rearrange it, obviously he's family first, and he always watches us on YouTube, and he often sends me an email, and he sent me that, which was great fun.
Surely good.
I actually have a granddaughter who lives in Front Royal, Virginia, who's visiting us yesterday and today, and she'll be leaving tomorrow morning to go back to Front Royal.
Okay. So maybe if we get that onto the YouTube channel, you can show it to her, Jim. Maybe she knows the guy in the Bing hat, you know. Okay, right, moving on, guys. So this year's May meeting should have been last weekend, as you know, last Sunday was the 3rd, which would have been Bing's actual birthday, but I was away that weekend, unfortunately. So instead, we're holding it on today, which is the birthday of another of Bing's co-stars, and he's somebody who, like Bob Hope, performed with Bing on records, radio, film, and TV. Born the 10th of May. 1899. Well, I'm sure you know who it is.
Fred Astaire. Astaire. Fred.
1899 is
right. Putting on my top hat.
Okay. Yeah, if you can go on mute then, guys, and enjoy the medley. Just make sure.
Fred Astaire residence. Who's calling, please?
This is the Bing Crosby residence. Mr. Crosby would like to speak to Mr. Astaire.
Well, if you'll hold the line, I'll see if Mr. Astaire is available to speak to Mr. Crosby.
While I'm holding, I'll see if Mr. Crosby's ready to speak with Mr. Astaire when he does get on the line.
Well, in the interest of time, why does Mr. Crosby want to speak to Mr. Astaire?
Well, not that it's any of your business, but I assume that has something to do with the fact that Mr. Crosby has an extremely high regard for Mr. Astaire, both as a performer and a person.
That's understandable.
And would like to work on a special project with him.
Well, not that I'm authorized to speak for Mr. Astaire, but I believe it's safe to say that Mr. Crosby is one of Mr. Astaire's favorite crooners.
I'm not surprised.
And that the prospect of working with Mr. Crosby would not be at all unpleasant. Precisely, what is the project?
Oh, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information to just anyone. But I believe it has something to do with recording a record album together.
I'm sure Mr. Astaire would be able to drum up some degree of enthusiasm.
Well, speaking for Mr. Crosby, we'll gladly pursue this. But I must tell you something before we can do this. Both parties must agree to a few very basic things.
To put you at ease, sir.
Please do.
We're not hard to please.
Yes, I've heard that.
Mr. Astaire is aware that Mr. Bing is king when he sings.
To be working with Fred, of course, is very thrilling.
Gives you goosebumps, huh?
I know Mr. Crosby's agent. He's a tiger. He'll demand top billing.
Ah, you brought up a question.
What's the problem?
But here's a suggestion.
Yes?
Why don't they sound it just like A, B, C, and make the billing alphabetically?
Well, that sounds reasonable. Bing comes before Fred.
We were thinking more in terms of last names. A for Astaire, C for Crosby.
And F for forget it.
You call that an answer?
Well, actually, Fred is a dancer.
But in his time, he's introduced some songs you know.
Yeah.
Yes, but they should call the album Bing and Fred. Oh, we much prefer Fred and Bing instead.
Well, it sounds to me as if this thing is dead, stone dead.
Oh, no, but I really hate to see it die.
Well, I'll introduce her, so do I. So you tell Fred.
And you will say to Bing, they should call the album Two Old Dummies Sing.
That might just solve the problem.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Well, then tell Mr. Astaire that Mr. Crosby would appreciate it very much if he would be at Mr. Crosby's house tomorrow morning to start picking songs for the album. Dress is casual.
Casual it is. I will relay the message to Mr. Astaire.
Thanks, Fred.
See you tomorrow, Bing.
Here she comes down the street.
My, oh my, ain't she sweet?
Why, here comes my hot toddy.
Over my dead body, I'll capture her heart singing.
Just wait until she gets a load of my dancing.
Just wait till I start singing.
I'll take her strolling down the road with my dancing.
I can't go wrong, a tender song, and she'll discover my charm.
Some fancy taps, and she'll collapse and fall right into my arms.
I'll capture her heart singing.
Oh, no, you haven't a chance when I go into my dance.
I'll take you through life singing. La da da dee, la da da dee, la da da dee, boom 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 boom.
I'll make you my wife dancing.
If you could dance instead of sing, I'd learn to love you somehow. If you could sing instead of dance, I'd take you home with me now.
Ba 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 ba.
The way you sing don't mean a thing. You'd better stick to your dance. And as for you, your dance won't do. You'll have to sing for romance.
I'll capture her heart.
I'll capture her heart.
Singing,
dancing.
Well, now the barnyard is busy in a regular tizzy, and the obvious reason is because of the season. Ma Nature's lyrical with her yearly miracle. Spring, spring, spring.
All the hen folk are hatching while their men folk are scratching to ensure the survival of each brand new arrival. Each nest is twittering, they're all babysittering. Spring, spring, spring.
Why, it's a beehive of budding son and daughter life. Every family has plans in view.
Even down in the brook, the underwater life is forever blowing bubbles too.
Little skylarks are larking, see them all double parking.
Cuddled up or playing possum, they're behind every blossom.
Even the bobolink
is merrily wobbling.
Spring, spring, spring.
In his hole, though the gopher seems a bit of a loafer, the industrious beaver puts it down to spring fever, while there's no antelope who feels that he can't elope. Spring, spring, spring.
Each cocoon has a tenant, so they hung out a pennant. Don't disturb, please, keep waiting, we're evacuating. This home's my mama's, I'll soon have my own domicile. Spring, spring, spring.
Even out in Australia, the kangaroos lay off butterfat and all French fries.
If their offspring are large, it might be dangaroos. Why, they've just got to keep them pocket size.
Even though to each rabbit spring is more like a habit,
notwithstanding the fact is they indulge in the practice.
Why, each day is Mother's Day,
the next day some other's day. Spring, spring, spring. To itself each amoeba softly croons Octoliba, while the proud little termite feels as large as a worm might.
Old Papa Dragonfly is making his wagon fly. It's spring, spring, spring.
And from his eyrie, the eagle with his eagle eye gazes down across his eagle beak,
and affixing his lady with a legal eye screams, suppose we set the date this week.
Oh yes, sirree, spring discloses that it's all one supposes.
Wagon tails, rubbing noses, but it's no bed of roses.
And if for the stork you pine, consider the porcupine who longs to cling. Keeping company is tricky, it can get pretty sticky in the spring. Spring, spring.
Folks, Fred and I have a little special arrangement here of a big hit tune which we now submit for your approval. Are you ready, Fred?
Ready.
John Scott? Let's have it.
While we were walking down the beach one bright and sunny day, we saw a great big wooden box a-floating in the bay. We pulled it out and opened it up, and much to our surprise, oh, we discovered a right before your eyes.
Yes, they discovered a right before their eyes, a genuine real life before their very eyes.
I thought I'd take it home with me and teach it how to sing. We'd go on television then, the team of Thing and Bing. We practiced McNamara's band and dear old Donegal, but I couldn't sing with that, it had no voice at all.
He couldn't sing with that, it had no voice at all.
I took it to my studio to teach it how to dance. To polka, waltz, and jitterbug, I gave it every chance. I taught it every step I knew, its training was complete. And then I noticed that hadn't any feet.
He couldn't dance with it, it hadn't any feet.
I took it out to Pittsburgh then to join the Pirates team, and every time it came to bat, showed a lot of steam. 4 times it circled the bases, but it made no score at all. That silly son of a forgot to hit the ball.
That silly son of a, forgot to hit the ball.
I introduced it to my friends, this mystifying pet. It soon became the darling of the international set. I said to Rita Hayworth, is it beast or is it man? She said, I can't figure that, but maybe Allie can.
He said he made a joke, but maybe Allie can.
We put it back into the box and tied it tight with rope. And then we sent it COD to Mr. Robert Hope. Oh, how we'd like to be on hand to watch the luckless goof. When that sees it, he'll really hit the roof.
When that sees it, he'll blow his top, he'll call a cop and really hit the roof.
Getting back to our immediate problem, I think it's important to select an opening song that's contemporary, you know?
Yeah, something with a nice beat in it, but we don't want anything too frantic.
No, something familiar that people can hum.
You know, here's one that I think just might fit the bill. Here it is. No, here, this one here.
Oh.
Try that, Joe.
Do I have a choice?
Joe, we're trying to broaden your horizons. Now play it, please. Say, you want to lead or you want to follow?
Oh, let's jump in together.
I'm with you all over. Sing a song. Sing out loud. Sing out strong. It's a pretty good piece of material.
Sing of good things, not bad.
Sing of happy, not sad. Sing a song. Make it simple to last your whole life long. Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing a song. So far, so good, huh?
Shall we take it up a half beat?
You can take the altitude.
Try.
Sing.
That is what he said.
Sing a song.
Make it up in your head.
Sing out loud.
Try to improvise.
Sing out strong.
Until you realize it's best to
sing.
Sing of good things, not bad.
Never fear, 'cause all you gotta do is sing.
Sing of happy, not sad.
Everybody has to learn to just relax and sing.
Hum a little tune.
Sing a song.
You'll feel better soon.
Make it simple.
With the charm to last your whole life long.
Now don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear.
Just sing a song, sing along, sing a song, sing out strong, sing a song.
You want to know what I think?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you. It's not bad. But without the guy on the keyboard, forget it.
Man, he's a hard dog to keep under the porch, isn't he?
Yes, it was great, wasn't it? After the movies that they did in the 40s and the radio show there, I thought it was great that they did actually get together again in 1975 for the Christmas show and for the album. I think, and that in particular is a very special moment, Bing and Fred together there, I think. So I guess today we should also say happy birthday, Fred Astaire, born 1899, I think, although Ian will probably correct me if I got that wrong.
No, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, good to see the reactions of people as well watching on the Zoom camera there.
I think it was one of Bing's best later albums, that duet one with Fred, I would say, with as John's mentioned just in the screen chat there, the harmonizations and the song choices, the banter between the two of them. I think it was a beautifully crafted album, and I'm so grateful that it was done just within a couple of years of old Bing dying.
Yeah. And it's just really at the point where Fred was still kind of musical. I don't know if he did much more musical
No.
stuff after that. He certainly stopped dancing, of course. But,
Yeah, he did I think one after the second That's Entertainment compilation, where of course he choreographically moved around a bit with Gene Kelly, which I thought was nice. I think there's only is it called The Last Christmas or something? It was a
yes,
song
there
which he
was when
sang.
he plays Santa Claus,
Man in
doesn't
the
he?
Santa Claus suit. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's it.
Yeah.
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 You're right, of course. When he and Gene Kelly do the Lincoln dialogue for That's Entertainment Part Two, but I remember Fred Astaire in an interview saying, "Oh, that wasn't dancing, it was just moving
Just
around."
moving around. Well,
He
could have
did
fooled
two.
me.
He did two solo albums, of course, with Ken Barnes.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, Gene did one, didn't he? With Pete Moore as well. Gene did a solo album with Pete
Did he?
Moore.
All right.
Yeah. I think Ginger did as well. I think they all did.
Ellis, just in time. Good to see you.
Hey,
At last.
the
Finally.
image. The image.
Yes,
What happened?
better later than ever.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, Fred Astaire is my wife's favorite singer. My wife's name is Erin, so since you played Bing and Fred, it's her favorite singer and my favorite singer together. So I just want to take advantage of that to wish my wife Erin a happy Mother's Day. And one of the songs actually mentioned the Pittsburgh Pirates, and I'm actually wearing a Pittsburgh
look at
Pirates shirt today. I got family in Pittsburgh, so I got lots of Pirates stuff that they give me because they know of the Bing Crosby connection.
Well, your wife has great taste, with Fred being her favorite singer. I had a fellow school pupil over 40 years ago, and I took a Fred album in, and she rather toffly-nosedly said, "Oh, he's not a singer." And I said, "Well, I think there's a few million people that would beg to differ there. He's primarily a dancer, but very well thought of in the popular singing and jazz fraternity. And of course, I take it obviously your wife will be familiar with the Jazz at the Philharmonic album that he
yes, the Fred Astaire story. Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
With Oscar Peterson. That's really great one.
Yeah, I think in the 60s he did a few, at least two really excellent TV shows as well. I think an evening with Fred Astaire.
Oh
maybe
yes,
like that.
yes, the three. Yes,
that's right. Yeah,
still with us. Yes, I think it was then another evening with Fred Astaire, and then Astaire Time, and I think Astaire Time was the only of those specials to actually be legitimately broadcast on BBC television in the early 1960s. The rest were ignored, and there was a much later one, which came 10 years after the first Fred Astaire show, an evening with Fred Astaire, called Astaire Time, but maybe the less said about that, the better. It was very much Fred in flower suits and beads and 60s hang out love, and it all fitted on him like a badly fitting suit, and he wasn't really at the stage there where he could do the dancers really anymore. He spent a lot of time rolling about on the floor and that sort of thing. A lot of floor work. Yeah.
I remember Michael Parkinson saying that he was interviewing a lyricist on TV. I'm trying to remember if it was Sammy Kahn or maybe Johnny Mercer. And Parkinson pushed him to say, whoever it was, "Oh, I bet you're happy when you get Frank Sinatra to introduce a song." And on air he agreed. But Parkinson later on, years down the track, actually said, off air he admitted, Frank Sinatra, yes, you're right. But if we get Fred Astaire
Yes.
to introduce the song.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember.
Well, Cole Porter would probably agree with that as well.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes. Who, in fact, Fred would have been a far better choice, I think, to have played Cole Porter in Night and Day and Cary Grant. I think he looked more like Cole Porter and had more of that sort of era's musical sensibility than
I read
as
a quote
wonderful as he
somewhere,
was, Cary Grant.
His reaction was, if you had a choice of Cary Grant or Fred Astaire playing you, though, who would you prefer?
Yes, that's true. That's true. Yes,
You know, it's
He
funny
has a
that you
look
mentioned
like this.
funny that you mentioned Cary Grant and Fred Astaire, because Cary Grant is my wife's favorite actor, and so I always say, you know, which one would you prefer? And she always says, by far, you know, even though Cary Grant is more attractive, I would definitely go with Fred Astaire anytime.
Wow.
I'm surprised there's room for you in the house, Anton.
There's no room, but, you know, she has good taste in actors and singers, but maybe not so much in husbands. So there you go.
Oh, no, that's not true.
Okay, team. Look, we're almost out of time, and the banter and the discussion has been fabulous tonight. So thanks to everybody for your input. And in fact, you remember last time we were playing a track from what we considered to be a quite underrated album, The Songs I Wish I Had Sung. And so we talked at that time about doing future profiles on a particular album. So I kind of was reminded recently that we could also apply that to many of Bing's compilation albums, those that were issued, you know, both prior and after his death. And so I thought I'd start the ball rolling, but we're only going to have time for one track tonight. I don't know if you remember this album from 1986. It was an MCA release compiled by John C. Marshall, who I'm quite sure if he must have been an ICC member. Is that right?
Yeah, John Marshall was a member. Yes.
Yeah. So and there were a couple of albums that he produced, and this was one.
Oh yes.
Yes, I remember those.
I think David Jacobs did the sleeve notes for that. I think
that's right. He did indeed, and and he talks about the time that David Jacobs, for those who don't know, was a British broadcaster for many years. And sorry, what was that? Okay, sorry, I thought it was somebody asking. Was a British broadcaster on radio for many years and met many big names, but he never met Bing, although he did, and he says in the sleeve notes he did see him in a restaurant. I think it was in the mid-60s, but he didn't have the courage to go and talk to him. But he did have a telephone conversation with him. David Jacobs, his theme music was "I Love You, Samantha," but he used to fade it just before Bing started singing as the introduction to his radio program. And the first thing Bing said to him was, "Hey, you're the guy who plays 'I Love You, Samantha' as your theme music and fades it just before I start singing." So he embarrassed David right from the start. But this album has many great stuff on it and many great songs. And the thing was, this was the first album I think I remember after Bing's death that didn't really have that kind of best of approach. You know, it had a lot of tracks on there that on this album I was hearing them for the very first time. So I thought I'd just play one of those now. We're just about got time for one. I'm going to play Dearly Beloved, which is a wonderful Jerome Kern, Johnny Mercer song, because it was recorded on the 3rd of May, so Bing's birthday, in 1944 with John Scott Trotter and his orchestra.
Dearly beloved, how clearly I see somewhere in heaven you were fashioned for me. Angel, Nothing could save me. Fate gave me a sign. I know that I'll be yours, come shower or shine. So I say, dearly beloved, be dearly beloved, be mine. You were meant for me, I was meant for you. Tell me you agree. Tell me that it's true.
You're on mute, Jason.
Yeah, sorry. I even still have my copy of In Demand that I bought when it came out in 1986.
Huh.
In fact, my mum bought it for me. I was only 18 months old, but anyway.
Wow.
John Marshall used to organise some get-togethers in London. Very successful get-togethers with all kinds of people back in the 80s.
Huh.
Yeah, I know there was there's another LP that he had a hand in called "Give Me the Simple Life," another
Yes,
MCA compilation
right.
that again wasn't a best of kind of compilation of some really some great tracks.
I remember yours had because I've still got that LP and I bought that in the 80s when the year it came out, and you're right, it's got some absolutely beautiful tracks on it, and that was the first time I heard the Isle of Innisfree on there, which I just think is one of his most twinkly, most gorgeous recordings ever. Beautiful.
Yeah, you're right. It's the same for me. That was the first time I heard Isle of Innisfree as well. And a rather unusual track on there called Lost in Loveliness, which I know people think the thing sounds quite strange on it, but it was a track that I was really really attracted to at the time. I think it's by Leo Robin and Sigmund Romberg, again from the 1950s, maybe 1954, something like that. But just on that theme, though, guys, again, if anybody has an album that they want to bring to people's attention or remind them of an album, could be a themed album or a compilation like In Demand, then, let me know. We don't have to play all the tracks, just a few tracks to highlight the appeal of the album and get people listening again to some of those wonderful albums.
I haven't seen that album before. Discogs lists it as a UK album specifically.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I noticed that, James. I looked it up on Discogs, and it looks like there's only a UK release. Although I did notice there's many copies available on sites like eBay.
Yeah.
But just to remind everyone, we have hundreds of LPs resting with Jeremy Rose. So if you're looking for any LPs, Jeremy's the person to contact.
Yeah, and actually, Michael, it's a good point, because that collection that I picked up the end of last year had a copy of In Demand in there, so I've got a spare if anybody is interested. So just let me know.
One thing I would say about, sorry, Anton, about John Marshall. you dreaded getting a letter from him.
Yes.
Because it started and finished, and you could not work out what he said in between. It was unbelievable. Yeah. Sometimes 4 full scrap pages saying, I'm not quite sure to this day what he was saying.
Yeah.
It was
I had a few
tortured
things
English.
like that.
Was this because he wrote in extremely old-fashioned formal English, Michael?
No, it's verbal diarrhea.
Oh,
yeah, verbal diarrhea. Yeah.
Just say it as it is, Malcolm.
Is it?
Brilliant.
You like my emails, Jason?
Jason, could I just ask you, did you choose Dearly Beloved because of the Astaire connection?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, that it was introduced by Fred Astaire on, I think it was You Were Never Lovelier.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
but I actually chose it because of the recording date being the 3rd of May was the main reason I chose that one. I did have about 4 or 5 lined up, but again, we've run out of time. But I say we can do that another time.
Just remembering John Marshall, I refused to accept letters from him after a while. I think they were sent to you after that, weren't they, Ken?
Yes, they were. Yeah, I'd forgotten about him, but when Michael said that, it all came flooding back. During my time editing the magazine, he was a nightmare, absolute nightmare.
He used to write me such dreadful letters. That's why I refuse to accept anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I ran the Leeds meeting for 50 years, and John always wanted to improve them. In the sense that we needed a full orchestra, famous singers, and whatever, incredible, really.
Oh, you couldn't improve them, Michael. You did a magnificent job on them. I enjoyed everyone I went to.
Did you actually
I'm going to stop the recording in case any of John's descendants are listening and decide to sue.